Alright, it should be working. In theory. As always, it is in theory. Oh my gosh, people are already here. What is up? That was so quick. I'm doing this today. I started on it a little earlier just to get the hard part out of the way of figuring out the comp. But now I got this little shop that I need to figure out how to paint properly. I also need to figure out how I can pop out my multi-stream chat because I don't seem to have it. Where is it? Hold on. Multi-stream chat is working. Alright, cool. That's cool. Then I can just pop this over it. Dope. Hope you all are doing good today. This is really hard. I'm gonna be honest. I have not painted this much reflected light in a very long time. But it'll be very good practice to figure out how to do this. I think I'm gonna start with just getting all the colors down in the window and then go from there. This I took 2 days ago while I was walking down the street, and I was like, cool, that I would never go there, but the light's cool. So I snapped a photo. I don't know what Lee Me is, but we're going with it. They got a little pink sign. That's like smoke. Yeah, it's Skyrim music. I hope I don't get copyrighted for it. What's up, Bad Tunes? And we got another very, very, very bright sign here. I don't even know what this says. Just looks like a ton of graffiti in the window. This says vapor. And then there's also some like kind of subtle stuff right here. It looks like. Yeah. And then of course the open sign over the door. Yeah, that's cooking. They have 2 open signs. That's kind of wild. They got an ATM in there too. This is on a street called Aurora, and that surprises me because Aurora is not the safest place to hang out. There we go. Now my camera shouldn't wiggle as much. I do hear like footsteps in the music. I don't know how many of you are into the Elder Scrolls, but Bethesda just announced that the highest donator to this like fund, they're gonna let you make an NPC, and they just used a screenshot from 8 years ago. This is just for like fun, working on like just personal skills. This one is working a lot on light, reflected light, and learning how like the light does reflect off of wet surfaces. I don't remember the exact term. If I went and grabbed my art book, I could probably tell you. The James Gurney art book that has all the details on it. Oh dear, did I? Oh, we're good. I'm going to copy now this and this and I guess this as well. Copy paste, and then we're gonna go into filter, blur, Gaussian blur just a little bit. And then we're gonna do screen. Maybe lighten. I'm glad it's cozy. Yeah, it's easy to get lost in paintings like this because there's just so much stuff happening. I'm a little worried the music's too loud. Is the music too loud? Might turn it down just a little bit. There. There's usually a lot of different options you can do in terms of like making these look super glowy. Making the neon lights look super glowy. Dude, sometimes it's so hard to talk while I'm like thinking about this stuff. There we go. Hey yo, what is up? Favorite streamer, that is high praise. Thank you. Just trying to do it every day. Because it keeps me accountable to actually draw. I think that might be a little bit too thick. Hey, what's up, Deacon? Looking fire. Thank you. Yeah, go for it. Absolutely. I did skip forward on this before the stream, so there is that, but it shouldn't be too big of a deal. I'm actually not good at oil painting. I've not tried it because I'm a little nervous. I do like gouache quite a lot, but it is more difficult. I did this gouache painting the other day. I don't know if you can see that. Please focus. I don't know if it's gonna focus on it while my camera's blurred. Hold on. This might break things, but let's just try this. Okay, yeah. This was a gouache painting from the other day. Needs some work, but it's okay. I actually made a reel about this and did their new trial reel functionality, but it did not do too well. I got like 200 views and like 8 likes. So I might go back and edit the reel because I think the reel is the issue. I guess cyberpunk style is kind of like these neon lights and stuff, but I'm not like actively going for it, but I probably could. I think I need to get the colors right because the colors are a little off. This is a little red down here. There we go. That's what I wanted. Thank you. It's been a lot of years of training them. Many years of practice that are very easy to lose if you don't practice. I'm gonna switch this to rectangle. And then this is actually going to do a lot. I really should mask more because masking lets you get some very, very cool effects. Like this. It's a bit of cheating, but I mean, digital art kind of is built for that. There. That looks okay. Yeah, I need to do more stuff like that. Alright. This is all supposed to be very dark down here. I need to go in and like do a top layer on this. Dude, of course. It's all learning process. teaching each other. I'm darkening this up because I think it might be too bright. I think I made it lighter initially because I thought it was lighter, because with the highlights it does look a little bit brighter. I mean, it kind of is, like, this is kind of bright down here. Maybe I'm missing it. Yeah, it's brighter down here than I'm thinking. There's just like spots of darkness. There's hyper contrast. It's almost yellow. Yeah, that's so weird. Is this yellow? Yeah, this is like yellow-green. Oh, that's so weird. I kind of want to make it orange. But that might look a little weird. I do want to make it orange, though. It's like coming out from here. What if this is a lighten layer? Overlay? Oh, no. No, no, no. Yeah, we're gonna keep that normal. And then just go in there and clean it up a little bit. We have the guides in there. That's the main part we need. This here is very, very blue. I'm gonna go in here with an overlay layer with a soft brush and lighten all of this up. And then also with a red one. Maybe a brighter red, like yellow. Like orange yellow. Oh, this doesn't really work. No, we can do something like that. That kind of works. Yeah, that's why I took the photo. I was like, damn, that looks so cool. Like, I would definitely not hang out there, but I'll snap a photo any day. It's a smoke shop on Aurora. If you're from Washington, you know what Aurora is. Aurora is an interesting place. Very interesting place. I'm currently using the Huion Canvas 24 4K. I got it like 2.5 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. They sent me some like tablets to test out. I did not like them as much as this one. This one just has been the most reliable for me. And then I use a Surface Laptop Studio 2 for out and about. I mean, that's what the camera is right now as well. It's kind of... Hold on. The camera is kind of a lot. Is portrait? Yeah, portrait's less. Cool. It is pretty big. It's actually really big. It's like this big. So like 4 of my heads in a row. There we go. There's this weird like sort of I don't know what these are called. What's the thing that's like at the base of walls and they have a height to them? I don't know what they're called. This thing over here. I used to like drawing in Photoshop. The thing about Photoshop is it costs a lot of money, and I eventually just decided I didn't want to pay anymore. So I switched to Procreate full-time initially, which is what I started on. Then I was like, I don't like hauling my iPad everywhere with my laptop. Like I want, and also like transferring files between an iPad and a Windows laptop is just not my favorite thing. So then I just started using my laptop with Krita. Thank you. That's very kind of you, Bad Tunes. Now if I can just manage to get the painting down, that's the hard part. The angle's a little interesting, but the angle could probably be improved upon. This is overlay layer. It looks like there's lights coming from like behind it too. Oh, this could work. Just using the overlay layer to color things in. That actually works great. Just to get the colors down, and then we can go back over and clean it up. Yeah, I have my drawing tablet doubles as a monitor. So I have like this as my monitor, and then my desk just has my keyboard and mouse on it. Before I was trying to do all sorts of like trying to solve for how can I fit my drawing tablet with my keyboard. And I know they have like brackets and stuff for that, but I just wanted to keep it minimalist. It got way too complicated. I tried to solve all the issues, and then I was like, what am I doing? Like, I'm just buying more stuff. I don't need to buy more stuff. I should be working on a game jam right now. There's a game jam this week called Bracky's Game Jam that I've somewhat neglected to work on. Partly because I am a little bit tired at the current moment of just running through game jams, but I think it would be good for me to try it. But it is a week long, it's already Tuesday. This is turning out okay. The side of the building is more washed out, like right here. And also the top. It does have some reflected light up here though from this. And this will line up with this, so I need to... It's a little bit off, but I mean... It's okay. With the team? I'm sorry, I missed the... Maybe you said that says something I said. With the team. Oh, the game jam with the team. I understand. Yeah, so I should organize my friends again and do a game jam again. But I was gonna just do this one by myself and see what I could get done. Which is a little nerve-wracking, because you never really get as much done as you hope to by yourself. I do know how to code, but I'm really bad. My code is super messy. It breaks quite frequently too, unfortunately. Like, I'll try to make it not break, and then I just break it some more. I often have to ask my friend Josh, who's a programmer, for help. Because my code just becomes, spaghetti. I use global variables too much, and global variables, when they're defined in, like, one area, they'll, like, mess with other areas, and then it's just hard to keep track of when you set something to true, when you set something to false. My favorite things to draw? Ooh, that is a good question. I find I'm better at environments, just because I've done an absurd amount of environments for work. I was looking at the stuff I did for work the other day. I have like 100 environments from this past year. Like finished environment paintings. Whereas like, characters, I didn't actually get to do that much at work, and when I did do them, it was like of my own volition, I guess you could say. But I do prefer characters. It's just hard to do them because I don't have as much practice, unfortunately. Although I did get hired to do characters before my job at Skypunk. So I was doing characters for Dave the Diver, if you know that like pixel art game. And then I was doing characters for Hero Forge, the like miniature company. And then I did a bunch of face cards for this indie game studio called Cloaked Games for their upcoming game called, I think it's called Dust Dwellers. I need to update on my website. I think I put Desert Dwellers. Speaking of, if I have a newsletter I just set up on my website. If you go to ekpap.com, there's a button now that says receive updates, and I'll send like new art pieces I finish every month and stuff. And some philosophical musings and thoughts about art and life. Long form content. Content that is too long to put on social media. Environments are a lot of fun to draw. Dude, I should make a Discord. I've had people tell me, you should make a Discord for so long, and I just haven't. I think part of it is because I was an RA in college, and I used Discord to, like, organize my floor. And, like, managing it was a whole thing. So I think I just have steered clear. Granted, I could probably set up an auto mod now. I also just have so many. Let me show you my Discord. My Discord is a mess. Here, I'll just go this. Like, I have so many servers I'm a part of, it's actually insane. So part of it is also I just don't have the space in my brain. I stream to YouTube, Instagram, and Twitch, and I could stream to TikTok, but I don't know. I'm like never on TikTok, so I don't know what the vibe is over there. And also because I currently have multi-stream set up for YouTube and Twitch to have like the same chat, but I have to have like my Instagram chat on the side because it doesn't sync with Streamlabs. The music is from Skyrim, by the way. I love Skyrim so much. I don't think they're ever going to release Elder Scrolls 6, though. Alright, I'll let you know if I make a Discord server. I'd actually heavily consider it if I have high enough interest. Okay. This is turning out half decent as we just slowly figure out these colors. This is almost purple right here. If you look at that sign, it's almost purple. I think I made it too pink, maybe. Yeah. This is also very, very purple. That's too dark. It's gotta be like this. How many of you have played Skyrim? Have you played Skyrim? I played that game so much when I was a kid. I was 10 when it came out. That's the weird part. I like still play that game, and it came out so long ago. Alright, this looks okay. I think I do need something that's missing. I'm gonna... Like, this wall needs to have... In the photo, the wall's just flat. Or at least it looks flat. we definitely need to fix it up and add some sort of depth to it, and a way we can do that is just add a gradient going down the side. And what that does is that essentially reads as like, oh, this is in the background. Or honestly, if we did it the other way, it could also work. We'll see which one works better. That might work better, actually. Yeah, I do like that. And then down here we got these things. These lines. There's like this is the middle of the road. So this is a 4-lane road. Although this looks like 1 lane. This is a 4-lane road. This is the median down the middle of the street. So that is what that is. I was like, what is that? I literally took this picture. I know where this is and I didn't know what it was. There we go. Yeah, which is also a really good game. Never finished Witcher. I played through it halfway, like twice. And I always just left it behind. Because I got overwhelmed. There was just like too many quests to do. But I did really like that game. I have tried animation, but it's been pretty much exclusive to like 2D sprites, like pixel art sprites. So my knowledge is fairly limited. I have a decent amount of knowledge, I would say, but it's not like the same level as a full-time animator would. But I did take animation classes in school and stuff, and I do animate for games sometimes, like game jams and such. This is like yellow right here. My thought process is like an oil painter. Really? My professor back in college, when I was doing a lot more traditional and we were doing gouache painting, she was like, you paint like an oil painter with gouache. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, you move it around after it's already down. You're not supposed to do that with gouache. And I was like, I'm not? You can do so many cool things with gouache that apparently I'm not supposed to do. If I smear stuff too, smearing stuff would also look good. Let's do this one. Yeah, now we can smear it. This has a really strange texture to it though. It's almost noisy. But we can go in there and change the texture. Like we can put in flat and then just add like a lip on top. That's noisy. This does have like a little base around it. This is a telephone pole. And then there's a car light over here that I missed. And a dumpster. Bruh. There's a dumpster, I missed it. A sort film? I don't know what a sort film is, but it sounds cool. When I listen to classical music sometimes, I'll just sit there and imagine a full movie in my head. And I'll be like, damn, I should make that. And then I think about how much time animation takes, and I'm like, I'm not making that. Maybe if I had a team of people, that'd be nice. Okay, that's working. The dumpster's looking weird. So the dumpster is like a blue? I don't even know what color this is. This is like a gray blue. Like it's almost kind of this, but that's too bright, so it's like dark. Yeah, that's it right there. Gray, blue. I was reading a article about neuroscience and artists and how the part of the brain that's associated with comparative visuals, like comparing visuals in your brain and measuring visuals, is much bigger in artists. And also the visual portion of the brain is huge compared to non-artists. At least for visual artists specifically. So it's literally a muscle. We can try to... We need to practice pretty much all the time. It's like the gym. Short film. Yes, I would love to make a short film. I made a few short films back in high school, actually. But they're like all written by a high schooler. So they're a little bad. But I did do filmmaking in high school. I don't know if I think they're unlisted on YouTube. You have to go to playlists and then go to my classics. I think I hid them because I was a little embarrassed. There's also, this is all almost green over here. Like a green purple. And then there's like a wall. This is almost kind of this gray color. Like a desaturated gray. Which almost looks red, I guess? Because if we just do a gray with how much blue there is, it's gonna come across as blue. So we need to go blue, orange, and then make it like a slightly brown. Yeah, because it is brown. That's too brown. This is probably more like it. Be more red though. Or is that how it works? Hold on, I might be tripping. Oh, it's because I'm doing the saturation far too much. Yeah, animation does take forever. I have friends trying to get into the animation industry, and I was like, you guys should just make your own animation. And they just looked at me. They're like, sure, we can try. It is incredibly difficult to get into animation right now, too. That industry is not doing too hot. Video games are doing much better than animation, which feels weird to say because video games are also not doing fantastic. This is like a big washed out blob right here. Yeah. Yeah, animation is expensive. I'd argue though that even more expensive than animation is games. Games cost so much to make. Because in games also you have to do animation. And you have to do decoding. And you have to do sound design. And you have to do gameplay. And you have to do design. It's just like so much. I was talking to this dude yesterday who he's like an entrepreneur dude, and we were talking about how long video games take to make and how you can do a game jam, and game jams are pretty easy because the scope is pretty feasible. Like it's not a huge massive production, But the moment you want to make a game that you can sell like for $20, dude, that thing is gonna take so long to make. Yeah, literally, they're like making a movie but harder. It's crazy. And also, like, the market is so, like, the market expects so much. In the 80s, which I mean, as they should, in the 80s, Mario was the top game. And Mario was essentially just an indie game. It was one of those, it was made by like 3 people, I think. And it's something you'd find on itch.io for free. But they charged people to play it, and they made tons of dollars. They made millions. Whereas now you go to itch.io and there's tons of wonderful games that are free. So you make a game for a game jam and you're like, okay, I just spent a week making this, now what? You can rarely monetize a game made in 1 week just because there's so much competition out there from people who also have made games in 1 week and they just list them for free. Because it's art, they want to share art. I totally understand that, but it also makes it the level of entry to become a game developer and to actually like live off of your art much more hard because you have to make a much higher level product. Thank you for the heart, Marvin. I'm not sure if that makes sense. I've just been thinking about that a lot in terms of having gone part-time and thinking like, how am I gonna make money? How am I gonna support my fiance and myself and pay for rent? And like looking at the game jam games I've made and thinking I cannot monetize these because there's just no market for them. People don't want to pay 99 cents for a game, they just want to play a free game. This is Krita, but it's heavily modded. I've changed so much about it. I actually probably should make a video about it because Krita's default interface is not great in my opinion. It needs a lot of work. And same with art. There's like people post their art all the time on social media. And before social media, you would like either look up art on the internet, or even before the internet, you'd like pay to go see the art or buy an art book. So there's been I think the term you would use is commoditization. There's been a commoditization of art in the terms that is so freely available now. Same with like movies and pretty much any content that can be distributed via the internet. It just becomes, there's a much higher level of entry to make money with it. Granted, I'm looking at like shirts and stuff because I feel like when you actually give a physical thing with art on it, it's more interesting and people are more willing to support it financially rather than just look at it and be like, oh, that's nice. I don't know though. Yeah. Yeah, that is actually so true. There's some games out there that are just free and you're like, how is this free? How are they affording this? Granted, I have friends in the game developer community who are also just like, I don't know, I don't want to say anti-capitalist, but I feel like they are a tad. Or they're very, very willing to release free things because that's what they believe. But it does end up making it harder for people in the long run to support themselves because there's this expectation that things will be free that have a lot of hard effort put into them. So I'm kind of torn on that too, to be quite honest. Like I want to make games that everyone can play, and one way to make them so that everyone can play them is to make them for free. But also then like, how am I going to pay rent, you know? What's up, Maruki? Welcome back. Like I said, that's where I think like more physical products come in. Because as long as you can distribute it freely, that's where it becomes easy to like give something for free versus like selling a product. Yeah, I'm thinking out loud about how um like making money is difficult, especially when there's so many like great things made that are free, which raises the expectation of what you can charge for something. But then I'm also torn about like why should I be charging if it's art? But then I'm thinking also like about again Michelangelo. I talk about Michelangelo way too much. Um and how he made money because he did charge for things. It's like currency of exchange, right? Like what are we giving, what are we receiving? But so many people are willing to give things away for free that they spent time on because they just want people to look at it, which includes me. But also like then the issue again, food is money, rent is money. The artist's dilemma. Yep. It's true. Everything these days is a product, essentially. I'm reluctant to like take the victim mindset and just say, ah, I give up, because like that's not how I am. But I'm also reluctant to go full product mode and be like, buy stuff from me, please. Because that's also just kind of cringe. There's definitely an art to it to like not make it so baseless. Yeah, yeah. It was more about sending a message. And then you get into the world of um, like venture capital and publishers, the people who like essentially make games happen. And they're the people usually behind like big games that release, because they're the ones who give the money to the AAA game studios and AA game studios to pay people to do concept art. So like at the base of it, like I made money as an artist in the first place because people like that were willing to give money to a game studio. But they give it with the expectation that the game studio is going to make money in return to increase their profit margins. So I don't know if there's a middle ground to that. Like, do you just go full, I'm a capitalist, that's how I make money, and like make money and pay for food, or do you go full anti-establishment and live in the woods and make art and post it online for free? Like, I don't know, man. What's the in between? Dude, facts. I'm in just a philosophical dilemma. I have a feeling my brain is going to play the game, but the game of like trying to survive on part-time and like making my own art. But in order to play the game, I got to play capitalism. But I don't want to be like a grifter, you know? I don't want to say, here's a product, give me money. I want it to be more meaningful than just that, because that feels so shallow, bro. That's honestly my biggest problem with capitalism. It's just so shallow so much. Like you have the new verified icon that you pay for. Like, what the heck? How did that happen? Yeah. I've had talks like this before in the past when I was talking about like Adobe. Like, why did I pay for Adobe? That was when I was streaming last year. I've since changed my opinion on that because I don't like Adobe's like money-making format. Granted, it does make them a lot of money, but I don't think they use it wisely. I don't think they make very cool things. I think as long as you're doing something cool with it, it's justified. But I don't know. That's kind of an incomplete thought. You guys are just watching me live stream, like, work through my mental grifts. Yeah, true. The game does become a product, but it can. There. I think the deeper question that I've been trying to ask is like, can product be art, and can art be product? Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, it is kind of turning out. I changed vape and smoke to danger juice because I thought that would be cooler, but I don't know. Danger juice. I'll put the smoke shop sign on the side. This does end like right here as well. Yeah, I actually struggle with ethics all the time. Very early on in my art career, I was struggling over the fact that the games industry very heavily sexualizes women, like in art. And like I did not want to do that, but some of my concept art teachers were like, "Ah, no, you should. That's like what the audience wants." And I was like, "It's what they want, but like is it what they should have? I don't know." I think I found a good middle ground though of like just recognizing there's character designs for every situation, and some of those situations are just like not my taste. Yep, so true. Yeah, like all modern art feels like a product to me. Like that banana that was taped to the wall, that was actually insane. I was shocked that that was a thing. A banana duct taped to a wall. I was actually pretty bothered by that, I'm not gonna lie. I do like some modern art, but it has to have substance to it, and I didn't think the banana had substance to it. Felt like a meme coin a little bit. Which, I mean, granted, like people can do their thing with that. Like if somebody wants to play that game, again, it's their game to play. I just don't want to play that game in that same way. It's about the art for me. Yeah, that it reminds me of Liquid Death. That was pretty impressive actually. That whole marketing thing, that was pretty artfully done because he's essentially selling just water, but he puts it in a cool looking can that people want to buy. Which at that point I think like that seems okay to me. Like to make money off of something like that because it's all in the frame. You're making a frame around water that people enjoy and they buy it. But like it is kind of modern art at that point too. This is gonna get cut off. Okay, so as you can see, I did in fact make it a little bit too close to the pole. But that's alright. Yeah. It is a cool product overall, I will admit. I've never bought Liquid Death, but it is a cool product. I've seen it on the shelf of like every grocery store. Which is also impressive. Like to build that company in less than 4 years is crazy. Yeah, I'm kind of waiting to do the droplets till I get everything in. It's kind of gonna be like the cherry on top that I get to enjoy. It's like I worked for this. Yeah, for sure. Definitely takes talent to make something like Liquid Death. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It is clever. The complete opposite, so true. It's also unique because um there's like he branded it like beer, and beer is kind of like it's alcohol. I mean, alcohol's not super great for you. So he's kind of playing off of that stereotype of like, oh, this is gonna look like beer, but it's actually water. It's called Liquid Death, but you should drink it because it's good for you. That was clever. There we go. Yeah, definitely. I mean, like this store, they're trying to sell something. They own enough money to rent a piece of property in Seattle, which is not cheap, mind you, and also to afford their smoke license, which I don't think is cheap either. But that's also kind of weird, like, you have to be a certain mindset to own a smoke shop. Have certain priorities in life. Yeah, I agree. The dude I talked with yesterday, he was from the Art of Mondays, which is a community of people that essentially are just trying to build cool things. I think that more companies like that should exist because it's essentially just a community company. They make money by organizing people together into groups that can build better things, make art. I would argue that in this century, people are more willing to pay for art, but can art be bought? I think it can. Michelangelo's art was all bought by the Papal State, like the Sistine Chapel. I feel like the Sistine Chapel's art, and that was pretty much paid for entirely by the Pope. Art is a the philosophy of aesthetics is hard though because if you factor in like, oh, what is real art? Like it gets very complicated and I think very subjective very quick. Yeah. Yep. Dude, calling a vape liquid death would be actually so wild. Yeah, again, I'll bring up the fact that most of my money I got from being an artist was from like probably venture capitalists. Just like putting their money into companies making games and being like, make a cool game so we get a return. And like I was very removed from that as a concept artist, but that was still what paid my rent. It was people with money giving studios that had something cool going and just saying, do it, make something we can sell. So like at the end of the day, it kind of does come down to sales. Like even my job and livelihood as a pro artist working at a studio, it came from the deeper reins of like, oh, we're making something to sell. versus like a grant or trust. I feel like there's not a lot, but there's a decent amount of artists too who make most of their cash from grants. Yo, what's up, Trippy? Ahoy. I like that. Reminds me of SpongeBob. I'm getting really deeply philosophical. That's why I'm talking about all this stuff. Part of the reason I'm talking about it is because I got accepted into the Art of Mondays, but damn, that stuff is expensive. And like the whole purpose of it is to like teach you how to make money by yourself. And I don't know if I want to do it because of how expensive it is, but it seems like a good community and there's a lot of pretty forward-thinking people in there that are just like living life to build and make things that give back to the world. But it's expensive. Dude, I could just put I put danger juice, lick death juice. I'm gonna skip this one. Too much chanting. There we go. Alright. This is a little darker. Also, this over here gets much darker too. We want the free hand. Where's the free hand? Oh, it's right there. Hell juice. Dude, I should totally make it hell juice. SpongeBob is art. I love SpongeBob. I grew up on that show. That show has so many good memories for me. Dude, I could walk over to this store and give them this painting and be like, "Hey, I'm not here to buy anything. I just like wanted to give you this." All right. I could honestly probably add a graffiti over here that says like hell juice. Oh, whoa. Paintbrush switched. There we go. Hell juice. Sorry, I'm very focused trying to get that right. Yeah, the movie of SpongeBob was such a good movie. Let's fade this a little bit. I should probably get these textures here because it looks like there's like a top rim on this. I want to get that. I want to make sure I have that. Hell juice. It's actually looking kind of cool from far away. There's like a little sticky outy thing right here. That's casting a shadow. And also it gets like almost kind of bright over here. There we go. Yo, what's up, Miles? I see my friend just joined. Does art need meaning to it? That is a deep question. I think it might. I think it might. Although this doesn't really have much meaning to it. That's fine. I'm just chilling, making this painting. Like, I feel like good art has meaning to it. Like, any good movie will have some deeper meaning, but I don't think it's necessary. I think you can make an amazing painting that has absolutely no meaning to it other than being a pretty painting, and that can be considered art. But it can definitely make it deeper if it has meaning. Yeah, yeah. What if instead of art you added an F to the start of the word fart? Thank you, Miles. Appreciate it. It doesn't need a meaning, but it needs effort. Ooh, I actually love that because there's so many AI artists out there now that just type in a prompt and they're like, this is my art. And I'm like, you got that from a database based off of stolen art, including my own. Yeah. Sorry, I'm kind of salty about AI because I recently discovered that you can type in my name and it will make a picture of me. Let me see if I can actually pull that up. I'm gonna pull it up. The picture that I told AI to make. I was like, make a picture of Pierce Papke. Look at how crazy this is. Look at that! Bro! That's creepy! I get nervous whenever I look at this photo because they definitely have used like my YouTube and Instagram videos to figure out what I look like. Like, look at that. That's crazy. Yeah. Process, process, process. Yeah, that is true. AI is also used for a lot of bad things. Way too many bad things. People need to chill on its usage of bad things. Let's get rid of this top layer. Look at that. Look at that improvement over the base. Alright. Oh wait, the bars only go up as far as this on this one. And then this goes up all the way up to here. It also looks like this goes up here, over, and then the window actually stops here, but there's glowing stuff coming from like this sign here. But it's not, it's more like the neon. It's more like this. Telltale Games? I'll look it up. Jack don't draws. He's an oil painter. Alright, I'll look it up and I'll save it. Jack don't draws. Jack don't draws. Alright, I'll watch him later. I think I've seen this dude on YouTube before. He's very good. Have a nice day at work, Miles. Talk to you later. We're gonna push this to finish today. That is the goal. Oh, emails from my boss. Hold on. Let me turn off Slack. Just so I don't show off confidential messages. There we go. Whoa, that's actually really cool. They make a storyboard and the AI animates it. Yeah. Not a huge fan of the like t-shirt prints of all the AI designs. I've been encouraged at work to use it for thumbnails, and like for thumbnail refining it's fine, but like I still am bothered by how it's been trained and like the fact that it is just not ethically trained. You essentially had it trained off of copyright material, like pulling from libgen, as well as like different archives that technically you're not supposed to pull from, but they did it anyways. That's looking pretty cool. What do you think? I think we can definitely pump up this here. Like just get more glow. Yeah, more glow. Always more glow. I don't think I'm done yet though. I definitely think it needs a little bit more work. Granted, there's a lot of really, really great artists out there that would stop right now and just call it. I could stop right now. But this needs to be refined here. And like this needs, there's still stuff that needs to happen. Like this down here. Yeah, the droplets too. Facts. And the textures, and also the sign. There's no sign yet. This part right here should be much brighter. Like up in front. Yeah, this color. Yeah, this is looking okay. I'm gonna blend this here. Needs to go in more. Yeah, I'm gonna add the droplets. I will. They're for the end. They're like the best part, the finishing touch. This wall just needs some texture, I think. I don't know. Make it big. Maybe do like one of these brushes. concept art. One of these. Yeah, okay. And then just do it super lightly. I'm also going to do that in here because we need some texture. Ooh, that kind of looks cool. Yeah, that looks good. So crazy. Hold up. Hold up. This is just practice. This is for my brain. This is to get back some skills that I've lost. Although I might post this later, but like I don't know what my reason for posting it would be other than like, oh, I need to up my social game. Which is so true. I don't post often enough. Granted, I don't know what to post sometimes, so that's also part of it. I'm like, what is gonna be worth people's time? Dude, the avocado. The avocado. I still need to finish that painting from yesterday. It's still kind of rough around the edges. But it looks good. Oh, this was like right over here, I remember. Okay, I'll add a little bit of an avocado. A little tiny one. Very subtle. It's gonna be lighter on the inside, isn't it? And then brown. And then we can like make the paint drip. There you go, your avocado. You should. Sketchbook accounts are always so good to have. They're so cool too. This is kind of gray. I don't know why I made it so bright. There we go. I might color adjust it a little because it looks like the contrast is a little too high on some of this stuff. It's got a text. Dude, yeah, honestly, that would be so cool. Alright. Let me wash this. I also need to go in here and add like brushes really determine like the style that you seem to have, I think. It's like I don't normally use brushes like this very often, so it looks a little off to me, like it doesn't look like my style. Not that that's bad, but it's just different. It looks more graphic. It does fit well with like the concrete texture, I think. Which is good. There we go. Oh, I forgot. I need to add green lake to this. My hometown. Not my hometown. Where I'm from. Where I'm living. You could probably find this on a map. And then just a subtle glow. Too much. That was not subtle. Like that. Oh, you know what's up here that I missed? That looks really cool. Little light. It's like right here. More orange and this one. Yeah, that's cool. Very, very subtle. Art is interesting for me because like it can be mathematical, especially like if I'm trying to figure out how something is painted. But like more often than not, it's more recently actually, like in the past few years, it's been very automatic. Like I can listen to audiobooks, I can talk, I can usually maintain a coherent thought, I hope, while I'm drawing. Can be hard sometimes though. Sometimes I'll be like, what was I saying? There we go. This cone is gonna be like this color. I'm just gonna make it dark on this side. Yeah, I know there are a decent amount of like traditional artists who like initially trace the painting like the picture they're painting before they paint it, and then they'll just paint over the trace. Which like definitely is easier, and some people consider that art, but I think again like that might be subjective, like where it comes down to personal taste. Like, is it process or is it the final product that you're considering when you're looking at the art? There's a lot of people also who don't consider digital art because it's so simple. Like I get layers, I don't have to mix colors. Like if you showed an artist from the Renaissance like Photoshop, would they appreciate it or would they think that it's garbage? I don't know. I actually don't know. Maybe they would. Maybe they'd like it. Michelangelo Photoshop. This needs to be washed out. And this needs to also be washed out. Oh no, did my light fall out? Yeah, sorry guys, my light died. I need to plug it in real quick. Oh my gosh. I'm looking for the plug-in. There we go. It should turn on now. Oh. It's on the bottom side of my desk, so it's like hard to get to. I'm gonna go in there and do this real quick because this needs some fixing. The sign. I need to finish the sign. The sign, you can tell is a sign because there's like a little tiny thing right here where you can see below it on both sides. And then there's a shadow being cast like right about here. And then an edge going up to like about there, and an edge going down. Essentially looks like that. There we go. Yeah. You guys are having interesting thoughts. I wish you guys were both on the same platform because you can't see the Instagram messages and the YouTube messages. I think Instagram can see the YouTube messages. There's a certain level of expertise that comes with like doing it fully by yourself, but the tracing tools could also be seen just as tools. But then that could also be slippery slope into like AI is just a tool, and like the question then is like, is it? And if it is, where do we draw the line? And if it isn't, where do we draw the line? That sign does not look right. I think I messed it up. I think it needs to be more like that. I'm not too worried about the sign though. The sign is a sign. It doesn't need to be perfect either. Alright. Put in some things. What do we think of that? How's that looking? I might flatten it and then do a color pass and then do the water droplets. Let's go through and see what it looks like without some stuff. That certainly helped juice it up a little bit. So did that, because that brought things forward a little bit. Glowy stuff. Definitely could be pushed a little bit more, but I think this is good. Yeah, like a photograph. If you photograph a piece of art, can you claim that photograph is your art? It's like going to a museum and taking a picture of some art and then putting it on your social media and being like, look at this photo I took. I don't know if that's art. That would just be a picture of somebody else's art. But then if you took a picture of a landscape, you'd say, same landscape that somebody painted, but you just take a picture of the landscape. Like, is that then? Is that art? We could crank up the saturation. That looks too much though. Wash it out a little bit. I actually kind of like that. And then let's do, I'm going to make a new layer and I'm going to make this orange. And then we're going to do different variations on this and just see what it looks like. Yeah, it is super confusing. The blue looks kind of vibey. Color dodge. Nah. The goal is to now make it look better than the photo, having painted it. Yeah, like if I paint a photo, is the photo the original art or is the art the original art? Like if I use this as reference, like granted I took this photo and I painted this, so saturation don't work. The overlay looks kind of nice if I don't like crank it up too much, then it looks like a nostalgic night out, you know? Maybe if we do, oh, what if we did like a gradient wash? Take some gradient and some light blue. Like that. That does look kind of cool. It almost looks kind of green though. It's a mixin'. Ooh, almost dropped my pen. What does lumosity do in that context? Ooh, the lighten also looks good. Dude, wait, that looks kind of cool. That's a good take too. Art is a 4D object, it's just too complex to understand fully. I do like that. I also like, okay, this is gonna work, I think. Base texture. What are we thinking of this? I kind of like how it does look kind of like cyberpunk and neon. Let's add the droplets and see how that helps. The droplets are kind of just like blobs like that, but they're like purple blobs. And they're a little controlled. There's one here. It's a little light. There's one up here. That is like that, and then there's one here, which is kind of more purple around the edges. This one's orange right here. It's almost like light orange though. What do you think? That's light orange. I'm gonna see if there's extra effects in Krita that will let me make some changes to these two. Or at least I'm getting the bass down. I don't actually think I was walking when I took this. I think I was in a car. I do walk by this place quite frequently though. So that might be why I'm conflating it in my mind. Yeah. That's looking cool. Alright. Let's see if there's another brush we can use to buff this up a little bit. Just do a circle like this, maybe? Nah, that's not it. I don't know how my brushes work, to be quite honest with you. I kind of just go with the ones that I know how to use and hope the other ones do what they need to do when I need them to do it. Ooh, effects might be something. wash it out a little bit. I do think this could be maybe darker. I don't know. What's this do? Ooh, whoa. I don't know if I like that. I don't know what this brush is either. Adjust dodge. Okay. What about textures? I do kind of want to do some watercolor. Maybe the watercolor will do the job. Yep. This is what we want. Is there one just like with the water option? There we go. What do you think of that? That look better? Kind of looks better without the you know what we need to do. Motion blur. Oh, I'm tired. Gosh. Blur. Lens blur. Maybe something like that. I don't know, guys. That does look pretty close to like the texture they're getting here. This almost has like a really weird rippling texture though. But I don't think we need to worry about that. Yes, I will. I was gonna do that last week and then I just ran out of time. Maybe today. Maybe I'll make the Krita setup today. That would give me something to do. I do need to finish my t-shirt designs though as well. I finally finished the haiku for my first t-shirt release. It's right here. So each t-shirt is going to be based off of one of these lines. Afraid of the dark is the first shirt. Thank you. Finally did the droplets. Yeah, I will. I'll do it. Do it by tomorrow. It's hard because I have to like go back and look at everything I did to set it up. Because I kind of forget. I'm also blinking. I'm gonna unlink these and make them like blur at an angle. There we go. Right, I'm gonna go in and out and filter. Oh, I've actually never done this. This might break my computer. Oil paint. Oh, it doesn't break it. Oh, it might. Oh my gosh, it's gonna break it. If I crash, I'm so sorry. It's literally loading right now. Oh dear. No, I'm just messing around with effects because I want to see like things I haven't used yet in Krita. Like I've never used their oil paint effects. I don't know how good it is. We'll see. I don't know why it's so slow. Oh, interesting. It just kind of makes the edges really washed. You see that? Oh, that's so interesting. I don't know if I actually like it that much. Let's try something else. Maybe like the... Oh, they have raindrops in here. Bro, look at this. They actually have raindrops. We're not doing that. I think this might be it. I think I might crank this down a little bit to like a saturation screen. I'm still torn on what I should do for this. The saturation screen does look kind of vibey. I don't know. What do you guys think? Does that look close enough? I might end it and just call it there and post it. Or maybe work on it a little bit more later. Obviously there's more things that could be worked on, but I think that's like a good base. Hell yeah. It'll work with the Studio Ghibli style. I'll take it. I could do the more bluish feeling. I kind of like it being a little more... it does kind of look a little... Okay, I'll try the blue. Let me just do this. And then... Whoa, that's kind of crazy. Don't do erase. Oh, whoa, that's weird. Color dodge. Do we want that or that? Oh, we could do that. Or even a soft light. Just to contrast the shadows a little. Oh, I got a bot on Twitch. Interesting. Always got bots. Alright, I'm gonna call it there. I'm done for the day, guys. I'm gonna go work on my t-shirt designs, which I can open and show you real quick. It's edition 0. I've been redesigning this far too much. I'm getting kind of lost in the sauce. Afraid of the dark. This is gonna be on a t-shirt. So, and it's embroidered, so I have to be very intentional about the designs. I can't make them too detailed. But I also kind of like the idea of like having like just a shadowed head with like the text, "Are you afraid?" Like afraid of the dark somewhere on it. But I want it to be something like people would wear to the gym. And I'm trying to figure out how to do that. I might make the eyes just completely white and then the eyeballs like black. That might read better because right now it doesn't read very well. Alright, I'm gonna call it. I hope you all have a great day. Drink water. As always, I got my water bottle right here. 64 ounce steel container. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Probably a little earlier because I'm going to go to the art studio at 10 a.m. But that was what we did today. Oh, it looks like my Instagram froze. Sorry, guys. Alright, I'm going to end it. I'll talk to you guys later.